Okay, welcome back. As we learn the Mishnah Yomis for today, getting all caught up at Mishnah Zayin and Ches in the 8th parak, sponsored Lili Nishmas David Ben Chaim, L'Refu Shalem for Eliyah Moshe Mechai Sarah, for the Schus of Avram and Yom Benish B'Malk Yudis and family, sponsored for the Fisher family, Lili Nishmas Basi Bas Rabbi, Shlomo Ben Avram Alevi, Perel Bas Ruvain, Bayo Klugman and family, L'Refu Shalem for Meir Ben Chai Sarah. So the Mishnah tells us, Hamaskir bayis l'chaveira, if I rent a house to Yisrael, and in case you're wondering, in the Hamptons, so Hamaskir, the renter is chayiv badelas, I have to pay for the door, baneger, the bolt of the door, baminol, and for the lock, ubechol davar shemaisa umen, or anything else that needs a professional. So for example, I have to put in the windows. But something that doesn't need a professional, in those days, the roofs needed to have slapped on them a couple of times plaster, that any Tom, Dick, and Harry could do, then Yisrael has to do that. Now, when I rent him the house, I don't rent him the courtyard in front of the house, and therefore, hazevel shel balabayis, if any manure is left in the courtyard, it belongs to me. The ein l'seicher, since I allow him to use the stove and the double stove in the courtyard, the ein l'seicher el hayotzim and ataner min hakirayim bilvad. He gets to keep the residue in the stove and in the double stove that he could use for fertilizer. Now, Mishna Ches tells me that amaskir bayis l'chaveiro l'shana. If I rent in the olden days, when there wasn't the fixed calendar of Hillel HaNasi, the 19-year calendar, they declared a leap year whenever the Chachamim determined that it was necessary. The leap year was extremely complex, and there were a lot of different things that caused the leap year to be declared. For example, here's a very simple idea. In the event that there was a very harsh winter, and there were a lot of potholes, and it took too long for the pothole repairs to be made, and they didn't want the Olei Regalim to be injured when they came up for Pesach, they would add an extra month for pothole repair. That's a simple idea, right? So here, Hamasker Bayis L'Chaveira L'Shana, I rented a house to Yisrael for the year. Nisabra Hashana. And then they added an extra month. Guess what? Yisrael gains an extra month, because he got it for the year. He's lucky now, it's a year of 13 months. But if I rented him per month, a dinner per month, then Nisabra Hashan and Nisabra Lamasker. If there's an extra month, if he wants to have it for other bays, he's going to have to pay me an extra dinner. Now, what about if we used double Lashon? Ma'aseh b'Tzipurei, there was an incident in Tzipurei. Be'echad shesacher merchatz mechaveirei. Here, Yisrael rented a bathhouse for me, and we used a double lashon. B'shneim aser zav l'shana, 12 golden dinare for the year, medina zav l'chaydish. And then we added a golden dinner per month. So the Rav says there's a shaila whether we say Tfais Lashon Rishon or Tfais Lashon Achron. Do we give primacy to the first? And if that we did, then it would be 12 for the year, and then he would get the extra month. Or do we give primacy to the Lashon Achron, and then it would be a dinner per month, then he would have to pay me 13. So the Rav says, this incident came before Reb Shimon Gamliel l'fnei Reb Yaisi, and they were misupik whether we say Tfais Lashon Rishon or Tfais Lashon Achron, and therefore v'amru yachloiku es hachodesh ha'ibur, because it's a doubt, we divide the extra month, and therefore Reb Yisrael has to give me a half a dinner, and he gets the 13th month in the Hamptons. We want to thank you for a glorious evening of Torah learning. It's good to get back on the horse right after a 72-hour Yom Tov Shabbos. Tomorrow night at 8 o'clock, Rabbi Isai, and have a good winter.